Hello everybody and welcome back to the Anna Green Gables anime from 1979. You already know how this works, so let's just
go.
start. 3, 2, 1, click.
And starts
Today
the
we're doing,
storytelling club.
which is an
Dead Poet
adaptation of
Society, distaff counterpart.
which is an adaptation of chapter 26 of the book. The story club is formed. So
Hmm.
yeah, basically.
So when does tragedy strike?
Not in this one.
But tragedy will strike with that storytelling club.
Well,
Mark my
there's
words.
going to be the Jova, as implied by the title of the episode and chapter, there will be fictional tragedy.
Exactly.
It's like that. Is it like that deleted scene from Beauty and the Beast? Disney's Beauty and the Beast, where they're reading Shakespeare.
I guess. All right. Yeah, but this is yet another case where I don't have any trivia from the book in particular because this is pretty much a very straightforward.
Good.
Yeah.
Straightforward is nice.
Hey, Joe, but you were talking about in our recent Narnia commentary. Maybe those books could do with a World Masterpiece Theater treatment.
You know what? Maybe. They probably could have done the Chronicles of Narnia films the Chronicles of Narnia books justice. I guess someday we will have to look at the old Narnia films. I forget if those ever reached it to the last book. Did they, Tio?
Not that I know, at least. Yeah, but again, it's literally something I don't know. Anyway,
Still in winter.
again with the Balbros paintings.
We were so famous that day, and we'll never be
There's
that
Gilbert,
loved
look.
again.
And Gilbert is still simping after Anne.
Is it typical for the man to simp after a woman who nearly killed him?
That's a thing, Jova.
Jova, you've seen Scorpion's Revenge, Jova. Johnny Cage does that to Sonya despite her beating the shit out of him.
Well, Jova,
I guess to be fair, like Spike from Cowboy Bebop said,
I like a woman who can kick my ass.
Well, Teo, maybe he's into that. Who knows? I mean,
Yeah. No, I can understand.
Oh God!
Don't worry.
So
I'm pretty sure that's a kink. Probably.
Remember, there was that scene in that movie that shall not be mentioned, where a disabled woman gets off by having her legs whipped.
Freddy got fingered.
One of
Again,
Bruce's
yeah.
favorites.
If it's your kink, I'm not going to shame you for it.
Imagine.
No.
And you're too young for this talking about the fear of conforming to society.
She had to grow up a bit too soon, Tio.
You're fucking scaring me.
You're talking about Anne. Innocence is not something that she has at this point. Not really.
Well, given the small bits I've seen from the prequel, yeah, apparently.
Poor child.
Oh, I gotta say, Paige, that prequel is a bit weird.
I know, I've seen it.
It's hard.
Remember, Jova, the prequel novel wasn't written by Lucy. As a result, a lot of fans don't really consider it an official part of the series, really.
I'm not so much talking just about the story. I mean, even the prequel anime itself feels more anime-esque, if you get what I mean.
It was made in 2009. Unfortunately, trends in anime have changed since the 70s. So, although they did try to make it somewhat of a throwback as well, but that's a
Did you like it at least?
It's fine, but just like the novel, it's fine, but compared to Lucy's original works, it's just
oh God, Josie's going to murder that girl at some point.
Oh, I thought they were going to say the Bells declared war or something.
No.
Look at them, acting like they're better than us.
Mookie, what? Okay. Yeah, I'm basically with this expression. What the fuck just happened?
You just had war declared on you.
I nearly
boy.
froze to death because I fell over at the end.
So you're not a fan of Snow Eater?
Well, I mean, it's slightly more interesting looking than Desert, but the main problem is, it's the opposite. It's an opposite way of being deadly, but it's still pretty deadly.
I get what you mean, Dweebs, in a sense that you don't like if a terrain is too barren in general.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's your feelings on Snow, Shiroi?
Drop and coursing gets everywhere. There.
These stones are off. It's just more.
Yeah, that's sand you're thinking of, Pedro.
Boy, it can actually get everywhere if you're not careful.
Alright.
I was going to say, but for me it was Tuesday. Well, that's what I was going to say.
Becoming M. Bison. Maybe.
Nah,
Surprise you that much?
Nah,
I
not really.
forgot. Does Street Fighter actually have a Canadian visor yet? Let me see. I'll check. I'll check. Just let the episode go.
Jesus! You may want to see a therapist about that, Anne. Otherwise, you are really going to become a murderer.
Well, she's trying to be as much like Mrs. Allen as possible, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns out Mrs. Allen is secretly a psychopathic serial killer.
Damn.
And thus Anne's role model is shattered before her very eyes. God, that
I
looks
suppose,
like a Rumiko Takahashi mouth. Wonder if Rumiko Takahashi had any involvement in this.
I doubt it.
No.
I mean, she was 22 at the time, so,
Possible.
yeah, I doubt it.
Huh?
Well, she was making Urusei Yatsura at the time.
Ah. If she was making that at the time, then yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to think about it.
Thank God
Funny.
nose jobs didn't exist yet.
Oh no, stay away from those things.
Had a bad run with
Why?
one, Dwibs.
I've seen all sorts of killer rabbits. The ones from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the ones from One Piece.
It's a
And
good
the
thing
one-
you have
Those
never.
things are vicious.
It's a
no
good.
ordinary rabbit, Shiroi.
You think that's bad, Dwibs? You should see the rabbits from Dragon Ball.
It's like, look at the bones.
I think Oda was inspired by Monty Python for the rabbit bit in One Piece. I swear.
Possibly One Piece is all the pop culture references.
I mean, with how many episodes it has, it was bound
Nearly
to.
1,000 at the time of
Chapters, it's a
recording.
manga.
Now, Tio, I know you don't like filler, but that doesn't mean the anime doesn't exist.
I didn't even mention it, but it's besides the point. Anyway. Oh no, these poor children being introduced to fanfiction.
I mean, come
Oh
on,
God,
I
the
can't.
force.
I mean,
It's
look.
called creative writing, Tio. Anyway, go on, Joe.
Look,
Of course it is.
Of course it's easy for me to think of something from my head. I constantly hear voices in my head that tell me stories.
Well, I mean, I've been writing a couple. Do you want me to write one on Anna Green Gables?
Sure, why not?
And
Yes,
then
Gibbs, I would like to see your Anna Green Gables fanfiction.
And then I'd
problem.
shot everyone dead.
Well, should I look at it this way? It would probably be better than episode 3 of Anufeni.
That's not very hard, Pedro. I mean,
I know, but still.
I mean, that'd be like that's like saying, I made this cake better than they made episode 3 of Anna Green Gables.
Seriously, what is the hype with that episode?
They fail hard at feminism.
Did you
basically.
show me that episode, Pedro, by the way, or was it just the
No,
first one?
we're talking about this. I showed you the pilot, and you rage quit saying, and I asked you, were you hyped for episode 2? And your exact answer, and I'm trying my best to quote it. No. So yeah, I just assumed you wouldn't want to watch the
Yeah.
others.
And that was the part. Well, I mean, we're probably going to be watching the commentary eventually. So.
I mean, with how much you guys bring it up, yes, it's pretty much an inevitability at this point. That's
why
a-
though?
It's the most
Yeah,
recent
that's a
adaptation.
good question.
It's the most recent adaptation, so it's the one that people know the most nowadays.
But why do I have
That's
to
a
watch it
shame.
a second time?
the same reason I have had to suffer occasionally on your behalf, Shiroi.
That's whatever. That's not the place.
Oh,
for
you're
talking
going
like
with that angle, okay.
Hey, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. Oh,
Is it wrong? Is it
Oh.
wrong though, Shiori?
No.
It's okay. Well, here, let me just let me just give you a basic idea. This is one of the bits that really pissed Shiroi off. The episode 4 basically does one of those implications about how a woman isn't worth a shit unless she has a career, basically.
oh God.
Okay. What character was saying it? Was it a character we're meant to dislike?
Kind of, yes, but let's just say there's also let's just say that the show itself also does kind of go for a thing with let's just say they give Marilla of an existential crisis where she even goes, what have I done with my life? Like, I don't even know.
I don't know why. That seems so uncanny looking at that.
The stylist is done on purpose. Again, it's
Oh god, that running.
gotta go faster.
That is so cursed.
I get exactly the idea. I get exactly this is supposed to be Annie's imagination, so of course it's a bit more wacky to represent her idealistic fantasies.
I get that,
Yeah.
but the people look so uncanny. It's kind of creepy.
I can tell what
almost.
it is, though. It's reminiscent of old paintings.
Oh no, the horse
Not
died.
just the paintings. I'm getting flashbacks to the early years of cinema.
Yep. Takahata decided to, again, do what he does best, illustrate Anne's imagination.
Well, it sounds like Shuri was quite the trooper sticking it out with that entire series.
We've only seen 3 episodes or 4, I don't know.
It's still probably okay. Pedro is probably a trooper, but compared to the rest of us, Jova, yes, I guess she was a more of a trooper.
I have not seen anyone, so I, don't know what to think.
I think I saw a couple of clips, and I didn't even want to bother.
So wow. So it got to even worse than Spear of Riding Free. That's impressive.
It's
Again, I can mention this after the episode's over.
Of course.
No use when something actually good is on screen.
Imagination.
She then slapped him for staring at her like that.
Love, love, love.
It really is the
love,
introduction to
love.
fanfiction.
Oh, says these feelings, says my heart.
You know,
and
it's a good job. Could you imagine if this was on like Love Island or something?
Oh, Dwibs, have you ever heard of the song Am I Feeling Love from The Thief and the Cobbler? The Miramax version. Oh, boy.
Well, no, that's because I haven't seen the people.
That also that stare and also
Yeah, this
Again, what's with
woman...
the staring?
that jealousy is rampant.
Oh, God, she's making a soap opera. I can't tell
Just
if
smile,
she's...
smile and wave, child. Smile and wave.
Anne has a very captive personality in more ways than one. Jesus!
Oh my god.
Okay, the Hinamizawa syndrome really is stepping into place. It's even giving Anne the scary faces.
Geraldine, no!
Oh no.
This animation is amazing.
Yep.
Again, it does remind me of.
Well, maybe I
that's
didn't think this
unfortunate.
through.
Oh wow, damn!
Yeah, and that makes sense.
That
What's the
was
end of my
Dweebs.
story?
Dweebs, you need to stop intervening with the fucking script.
Well, I mean, they were a
Wait.
good couple anyway. So,
Tio, maybe Anne was... Tio, maybe Anne
seriously,
is...
they had no chemistry, and I couldn't pair her with anyone else.
Tio, maybe Anne was Dwibs' ancestor.
Sure.
But I'm not red-headed.
You're
I'm not,
secret.
and I'm not
Dwibs.
Canadian.
You're secretly Canadian descended, Dweebs.
Dwibs. Dwibs. Long line family trees can go to weird places.
Cordelia is gonna kill herself too.
Oh, again,
Everyone fucking dies.
yeah, exactly. It's like I wrote it.
Almost Shakespearean in the
Yeah,
films.
it's a Shakespearean tragedy, basically.
Yeah, to do the hand thing, imagination.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and
I
I.
can't.
Jesus, girl, you look like you're hypnotized.
Yeah, as well as a few of us whose names are important.
Remember, you just need to remember N. Just N. Boys not allowed.
Seriously? You
Uh.
brought a boy?
Yes,
Leave the gremlin lines to
Natsuki.
Dweebs, Shira.
Yes, Natsuki, we brought a boy. Deal with it.
Hashtag.
Oh yeah,
Says you.
you're so much better, Anne.
You're one to talk, child.
Who's on too much about love?
Again, N has a lot of ambition. I will give her that.
And what have we said about throwing stones in glass
But
houses?
not much in the way of self-awareness.
Again, if throwing stones in glass houses were a sport, Anne would be winning gold right now.
That's
Don't.
the record.
I guess that's a compliment?
Matthew is like, yeah, just ignore.
Yeah, but she always says that. Next, she'll be saying shell collecting's the most absurd idea I've ever had.
I honestly think we could make money off of some of these story ideas.
Just to know,
Don't go
Pedro.
near Icy Lake.
Just to know, Pedro.
Yes.
Was that particular line about stories also in the book?
Yes.
Of course.
Interesting meta angle. Very unused at the time.
You see,
Misty, I learned about this term called executive meddling.
Oh, boy, child, have you got quite a roller coaster to go through.
The Prime Minister and his wife.
Oh.
The Allens, they liked it.
You see, Marilla, you best start believing in stories. Because you're one.
We're not, Java. Thankfully, Lucy Montgomery is not Grant Morrison, so their characters are not going for an existential crisis when they realize it.
Let me actually... okay, hold on.
Let me guess. Everyone enjoys it except Marilla, and Anne is determined to get Marilla to smile at her stories. I don't know what's worse, the fact that I endure it or the fact that I'm used to it.
Wait, Aunt Josephine? So that's where Lemony Snicket took the idea from.
Well, okay, the book was in the 19th century. When did that
book come out?
I think very late. Isn't the author still alive?
Wide Window, 2000.
Yeah, the author is still alive for those.
I mean, a lot of books take like inspiration for names from other books.
I feel like Aunt Josephine is like a common term or something.
Yeah, it's a common name.
Yeah.
It's called Schadenfreude, honey.
So you can be better than them.
Oh God, Anne, please.
And that's terrible.
But I was about to mention, but were there 40 of them?
My eyes are closed. That means I'm not listening.
I close my eyes in judgmental staring.
Anne.
And the cloth.
Anne. Earth to Anne. Okay, Mr. Scrooge.
Fair enough. I mean, don't waste warm water. Let's be honest.
That is true as well.
Especially back then when it was really hard to come by from the sounds of it.
Let alone filter to get it clean. Trust me, we've got it practically made with how well water is filtered these days.
So the episode ends with Anne washing the dishes.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Pay
Pedro.
attention.
Don't you see,
Yeah,
Pedro?
very
I'm sorry, Pedro. Somebody beat you to getting the Oscar for Women Washes Dishes, with Anne washes the dishes.
Yeah. Sorry, Paige. Hey, maybe you could do a remake. You could still get the award.
Yeah.
That was a remake and you didn't even know it.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh!
This
No.
episode.
Oh no!
I love the preview keeps you in the exact suspense when you need. What color will it be?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let me read right here too. I think this story writing business is the foolishest yet, scoffed Marilla. You'll get a pack of nonsense into your heads and waste time that should be put on your lessons. That's basically her point, yeah.
I
Reading
love how
stories
a
is bad
character
enough,
in a story is saying that.
but we're careful to put them all into the mall. Yeah, he says upon that. What was the line you asked about too?
The one that Anne says the nature of stories, of it, something about stories are supposed to be silly anyway or something.
And so
Oh, it's
and
the
so
key
ends
point.
Annie Literature Club.
Well, in the meantime, I can give my final thoughts as well. Anyway,
Sure, go ahead.
good episode. You know, again, it's still fine. I still prefer, for so far, obviously, the previous one as the top one. But again, it's still pretty nice. And again, there's this meta angle that tells about creational stories. Again, I joked about the introduction to fan fiction, but even then, in their primitive state, are a form of writing. Then done maybe in a more amateurish way, and sometimes lead to disasters that should never be read.
That said, I
But,
will admit there are some fan fictions that I've read that
but
are
the effort,
legit good enough that could be their own
regardless,
books.
the effort is still commendable. And again, a story like this, which was done in a time where the only books that you will come up were the official one, where the artists were actually backed up by their editors and everything. It's very interesting because not many people were even trying to do this meta angle before. But again, it really showcased how Lucy was very ahead of her time, and I appreciate for that. Even if it's a case where the anime accentuates a bit more, I get the idea that at the very least the traces of this were still in the original book. But that's it for me. Next.
I'll go
Alright,
next. It was actually a pretty good one. All good all around. Just show that stories can come from even the most unexpected values here. Like, I'll give credit. I've seen some fan fictions that are actually good enough to be worthy of being books themselves.
Okay. Shira.
It was good.
No, it was just really good. Anne definitely needs an off switch just for a little bit.
Yeah.
But Shira, we got some amazing animations.
Seriously, that scary face of hers was... Ooh.
Yeah, it's another thing. Again, the animation changes to represent her imagination.
Well, that's it.
No, yeah, that was really great because again, it's further great, interesting stuff to do with the characters because again, like I said, you can just have the characters do things that are fun and interesting, and that alone makes for and again, this all will of course have greater payoffs down the line. Specifically, we're gonna get an interesting payoff to in episode 32. Sorry, 31. I'm sorry, 31. So it should be interesting. Tune in next time for episode 30, Vanity and Vexation of Spirit, of which the title is the chapter of the book is also the same. So
Self-explanatory. See ya.
Chat.